All right, 2022 was a sensational year for combat sports. We saw some incredible fights, the rise of champions like Charles Oliveira, the fall of people like Charles Oliveira, but the sport of mixed martial arts, combat sports in general, never fails to amaze us, to inspire us. And 2022 was sensational, but that now is in the rearview mirror. 2023 is upon us. And throughout combat sports, there is some mouth-watering matchups that we are yet to see, that the public has been denied of, that we absolutely must see in the year 2023. Now, listen, I'm going to go through 5 fights that as a fight fan, we have to see happen. But there's many honourable mentions. People like Paulo Costa versus Robert Whittaker. That should happen. I can't wait to see that. Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 3. Yes, probably not going to happen, but as a fan, I want to see that. Khamzat Chimaev taking on Shavkat Rakhmonov. The battle of the undefeated. Arnold Allen versus Max Holloway. Arnold Allen versus Brian Ortega. Arnold Allen fighting for the belt because he deserves it. What else have we got? Me versus the Bourbon Street bitch. We need a rematch of that one. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. Amanda Nunes versus Valentina Shevchenko 3. Yes, that needs to go down. And I say at a catchweight. But all of these fights, Conor versus Tony Ferguson, Ilia Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett, I could go on all day. But none of these are on the list. None of them are on the list. I'm going to give you 5 fights that need to happen. These aren't in any particular order, but these are 5 fights that I want to see, and I think that you want to see. All right, first fight on the list. This absolutely needs to happen in 2023. I can't believe it hasn't happened yet. I am talking about Jon Jones versus Francis the Predator Ngannou. The greatest of all time in Jon Jones. A man that had a meteoric rise. The only person to beat him was one Matthew Hamill via disqualification, okay? And no, that is not illegal, okay? It should have been allowed to continue, but still, Jon Jones should be undefeated. But regardless, the man has been in and won 15 consecutive title fights. All right, granted, some of those, he was stripped a couple of times. There was interims. There was all kinds of shenanigans. There was no contest. There was picograms.
Next question, please. Thank you.
There was a lot of shit going on with Jon Jones. But you can't deny the greatness of what he achieved inside the octagon, okay? And it's almost been 3 years. It's almost been 3 years for the greatest fighter the sport has ever seen. He's had 3 years away from the octagon. Yes, he's bulking up to 265 pounds to come back bigger, better, stronger, reinvented version to take on Francis Ngannou, to take on the heavyweight division, okay? But come on, enough is enough. Now on the flip side, Francis Ngannou, the man's terrifying, the hardest hitting guy. Hits like a Ford Focus going 1,000,000 miles an hour or something crazy like that. We know about the knockout power. He's getting better all the time. He's learning how to sprawl. He beat Stipe Miocic, the greatest heavyweight of all time, and last time we saw him, he beat Cyril Gane. He showed evolution. He showed some new wrinkles. He showed some takedowns, okay? But how would he do against Jon Jones? That is the big fight that everyone wants to see, and it absolutely has to happen in the year 2023. All right, the next one on my list, and listen, call me biased because I'm a friend of Chito Vera, but Marlon Chito Vera, Sugar Sean O'Malley. This fight has to happen in 2023 because they fought before. Chito won via knockout, kicked the leg, hurt the nerve. Chito went down, elbow down. O'Malley was out. Now listen, I love O'Malley. I'm a huge fan. Chito Vera, love that guy as well. He's a very good friend of mine. I'm a fan of them both, you know, but they got to fight again. And the reason why is because they are on the trajectory. They are 2 of the biggest stars in the bantamweight division. The champ, Aljamain Sterling, is going to fight Henry Cejudo. The theory is that O'Malley is going to fight Aljamain Sterling or whoever wins that fight for the belt later in the year. So let's just assume that O'Malley wins. He becomes the champ. Well, for Chito Vera and for Sean O'Malley, the rematch when the belt is on the line will make that so much bigger. And Sean O'Malley knows this. He came out this week. He was talking because Chito's fighting Corey Sandhagen in February. Huge fight. And if he gets through Corey Sandhagen, it has to be a title fight next, okay? And Chito even said, I want him to beat Corey Sandhagen because me versus Chito for the belt will be absolutely gigantic. I say, I love the way Cheeto fights. I love everything about him. I love his sense of humour. I love his style. I love his different haircuts, his tattoos all over his head. The guy's awesome, okay? And on the flip side, so is Sean O'Malley. I mean, come on. Whether or not you thought that he won or lost that fight with Piotr Jan, it was a sensational fight. I had him winning, only just, but still, he's getting better all the time. He's slick, he's quick, he's fast, he don't care, he's got crazy hair. Whatever, don't rhyme Bisping. But that fight, that needs to happen. It's been brewing for a while. 2023 is the year that it needs to go down. All right, number 3, as I say, no particular order. But as well as mixed martial arts, I am a boxing fan as well. And in the heavyweight division, which garners all the attention, captures the imagination, the hardest hitting sons of bitches on the planet, come on, Tyson Fury is reigning dominant. He has done for quite some time. He has a record of 33-0. The man is undefeated, okay? But he needs to fight the next best guy. That's one of the criticisms I have with boxing. The best don't fight the best in their primes. Last time we saw Tyson Fury, it was against Derek Chisora. Then it was Dillian Whyte. Then it was 2 fights in a row against Deontay Wilder. Fair enough. But come on, listen. He's beaten Derek Chisora 3 times now. There's a man out there called Alexander Usyk, 20-0. A man that just defeated Anthony Joshua 2 times in a row. Okay, a sensational boxer. The movement of this guy, and granted, he's not the biggest heavyweight. Tyson Fury calls him a cruiserweight all the time, calls him a little guy, calls him many different names, bit of trash talk, whatever. It's all fair in love and war. But Alexander Usyk is absolutely sensational. Granted, he is smaller. He's 6'3", not a small guy. But against Tyson Fury, who is 6'9" with an 85-inch reach, he's going to come into this one. It's literally going to be David versus Goliath. I want to see Tyson Fury, the best heavyweight boxer that we have right now, versus the next best heavyweight boxer that we have right now on the planet. Now, apparently, it's going to go down in 2023. And I just hope it does. If it doesn't, then come on. Shame on all the promoters. Not so much the fighters, the managers, the promoters, maybe the boxers themselves as well. Usyk wants it. I think Fury wants it. So let's go. 2023, come on. Let's make that one happen. All right, the next one that I want to see, okay, and this man is loved, hated, worshipped, detested, feared for sure inside the octagon. I am talking about Boris the Wolf, Khamzat Chimaev, okay? Since this guy came to the UFC, he's been unstoppable, but he needs a real test. He needs a real fight. He needs someone that can match him with the wrestling prowess, and I'm talking about Colby Covington. Of course, Khamzat versus Colby needs to happen for several reasons. Now, Khamzat Chimaev is out there. He's saying that he's asking to fight everyone. He said that he's been offered 4 opponents, but 4 opponents have turned him down. He wants to fight Alex Pereira for the middleweight belt. He wants to fight Leon for the welterweight belt. He literally says he wants to fight everyone, but he's got to earn a title fight. He's 6-0 in the UFC. He's had some devastating performances. Gilbert Burns pushed him to his limit. But there was rumours of a fight going down between Khamzat and Colby at UFC London in March when Leon fights Kamaru Usman for the 3rd time. And that was going to be the co-main event, okay? It was never officially announced, but that was the rumour. But it kind of went away. And now we're hearing Khamzat saying he can't get a fight. Colby Covington currently doesn't have a fight. There's a lot at stake for both men in this fight. For Khamzat Chimaev, he gets a chance to go out there to number 1 make weight. Let's be honest, if he wants to fight for the welterweight title, he can't do it when last time out he missed weight. So he has to prove that he can make weight.
Nothing pisses me off more than guys not making weight.
There's battle number 1. Then Colby Covington, a man that is a strong wrestler, a guy that might be able to push Khamzat to the limit, and a guy that has endless cardio, okay? How will Khamzat fare against somebody like that with that kind of skill set? Khamzat talks a lot of shit. Colby Covington also talks a lot of shit. His press conferences are absolute goddamn dynamite. He hypes a fight. He's one of the best in the business. He's like the new version of Chael Sonnen, just with jazzier jackets at the press conferences, and the sunglasses and the jewelry and the bling. And he don't give a shit. He will go there. He'll talk about parents. He'll talk about children. He'll talk about wives. He'll get beat up in Pappy Steakhouse and press charges. Fair play, so fair in love and war. But still, that's the fight I want to see because I want to know, can Khamzat do it? Can he fight someone that can wrestle? Can he fight someone that's just as strong maybe? Can he fight someone that has the gas tank to go 5 rounds? And can Khamzat go 5 rounds? These are all questions that need answering. And if he can get through Colby Covington, then fair enough. Whoever has that belt, he gets to go against. And for Colby Covington, of course, we know he wants to be the champion. If he beats Khamzat Chimaev, come on. Title fight next, the only man to beat him. So there it is, 2023. Come on, Khamzat versus Colby. Let's go. All right, and then the final fight that I want to see, and as I said, there is no particular order that these are going in. But, you might have guessed it. He's the biggest star in all of mixed martial arts. Of course, I'm talking about the notorious one, Conor McGregor. Yep, say what you want. He's still the biggest star in the sport. And say what you want, he's still one of the most exciting guys in the sport. Why is he the biggest star? Because he is exciting from when the fight gets announced, to the press conferences, to the walk, to the fight, to the post-fight speeches. Even if he loses, even if he gets his leg broken, he will sit down on the floor with Joe Rogan and threaten to murder his opponents. Come on, the guy's value for money, regardless of whatever you want to say. Now, he's been away for quite some time, okay? He's bulked up a little bit. Call it what you will. He's definitely bulked up a little bit. There's a lot of people out there that want to fight Conor McGregor. I mean, there's Michael Chandler, there's Tony Ferguson, and both of them would be great fights. But the one that I want to see is against Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. You're crazy, Bisping. He doesn't deserve that. That's a reward. The man assaulted Colby Covington. The man has lost his last few fights at welterweight, against wrestlers, against Kamaru Usman, against Colby Covington. Powerhouse wrestlers. The man is a striker. What do we want to see? I don't believe Conor McGregor's got too much longer in the fight game. He's been there, done it, smashed it out the goddamn park. He's got every t-shirt under the sun, and he's got a bank balance as big as his ego. But fair play to the man, right? I want to see him against someone that's going to put on an exciting fight. I don't want to see someone trying to wrestle him, right? And I'm not saying that Conor couldn't beat those guys. It's not what I'm saying at all. But he's probably going to fight at 170. He was even teasing 185. He's not going to do that because he's built like a fridge. That's what he was saying. He's going to fight at 170. 155, that is in the rearview mirror big time. 170 is going to be the weight class. I don't want to see him against a Khamzat. I don't want to see him against a Colby, a Kamaru, or any of them. I want to see him in a fun fight. I want to see someone that's going to stand toe-to-toe. That's what Masvidal will do. Masvidal, toe-to-toe, standing on the feet, is as game as they come, hence the nickname. He's as fast, he's as quick, he's as technical, and he's as nasty. He really is. And could you imagine the trash talk leading up to it? Fuck me, pay-per-view bonanza. Now, granted, I understand that maybe Masvidal doesn't deserve that because of his recent form, but that all goes out the window. As a fan, we want to see mouth-watering matchups. Conor McGregor, Jorge Masvidal. Next year, that's probably what's going to go down, because think about the timelines as well. Conor is still got his issues with USADA, shall we say. He's got to do some time, whether that's 2 tests or 6 months. It doesn't matter what it is. Masvidal is also going through the issues with the court case and things like that. So it's going to be a little bit of time for him. Guys like Chandler, right, they want to fight. They're not going to wait around 6, 7, 8 months for McGregor to make his return. Tony Ferguson would be a great fight, but it's not really fair on Tony because, you know, he's kind of right at the end of his career and he ain't going to fight at 170. He's still fighting at 155. The perfect choice is Jorge Masvidal because it's a winnable fight for both men. Winnable fight for both men. A great fight that we want to see as fans. And a good possibility because both of them are 170 pounds and they're not fighting any time in the near future. So there it is. There's 5 fights that I want to see in 2023. There's thousands of others. As I say, Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. 2, call it 4, whatever you want to call it. That has to go down. Come on, there's so many fights, but there's 5 that I thought that we definitely need to see in 2023. What do you think? Am I out of my mind? Right? I know you're going to talk shit about the Conor one, okay? You're going to say Masvidal doesn't deserve it. You're going to say Conor's old news. He's not. He's the biggest star in the sport. And I don't particularly like the guy. He's not on my Christmas card list, but fuck me, the man's exciting. You cannot deny that, okay? Jones, Ngannou, take my money right now. Anyway, I've done it already. I'm repeating myself. I'm going round in circles. Have you subscribed and rung the bell? What the hell are you waiting for? 2023 cocksuckers. Let's go. 1 million subscribers coming soon. I want to thank you all for helping me grow this channel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. There it is. Subscribe, ring the bell. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm done. I'm out of here.